Hey everyone, it is Zach here, and I thought I'm going to do a video on my new kayak. So, as many of you know, I have the canoe, and it's a two-person one, and it's very heavy. It's fiberglass with aluminum rails on it, and it's very, very heavy for one person to lift. Probably, if I had to guess, that thing's probably like 125 pounds or something like that. The canoe is really heavy. So the problem with that is whenever I go fishing, it's too long to like throw into the bed of the truck. So I always have to bring the trailer with it on there. And now that I'm in the process of getting rid of the truck, which I guess I haven't really made a video about that yet, but now that I'm in the process of that, I need to pick something up that would work better for just me. So this is what we went with. Now I looked at the sit inside kayaks, I looked at the sit on top kayaks, and both of them are very nice, but I had two things. I had a 10-foot sit inside kayak before, and it was really, really tippy, and I did not like it. The second thing was when I was looking at the sit on top kayaks, they're very stable, they're very nice units, but on a windy day, the water splashes up. Well, come fall or spring, the water's going to be really cold here in Minnesota. So I needed to compromise, if you will. So I was looking at this one. This one popped up. I looked at these in the past, and then it popped up again. I'm like, wow, that's right. I forgot about these. So this is a hybrid. I believe it's a hybrid from a kayak to a canoe, and we're just going to go over it and kind of show you guys. So first of all, it has these hooks in the front. Please focus. It has these hooks in the front, and with the actual kayak here, I have them in the back. Let me grab them. So it has this mesh that goes and in the back, and then it also came with the same type of material for bags that hang on each side on those carabiners. So I can really put a lot of gear in here if I want to. So it came with that. I tried it out today. It's very, very nice. Like, you would really have to tip this thing. It actually feels almost about as stable as a canoe, and I am in love with it. A lot of times those sit on top kayaks, you have to buy a stadium chair for long-term comfort. This thing came with a stadium chair in it, and it's very comfortable. Along, of course, with the footrests, and then it has these rails here that you can put rod holders. I believe I've seen an anchor trolley system that hooks into here. A whole bunch of different ones. Now, I picked this up at Cabela's. They're kind of hard to come by, and it was $6.50 after tax, which is a lot for a kayak, but when you incorporate the fact that like a sit on top kayak is probably $4.50, and then you're going to have to spend a little bit of money on the seat, so let's just say you're going to be closer to $500 there. Another $150 gets you into this unit, which is pretty much a much better thing, I would say. And on top of it, being it's a hybrid, I went out there and I actually used just a regular canoe for like a regular paddle for like a canoe, and it was perfect. So I don't even have to buy another like a kayak paddle or anything like that, because it's not needed. And this is a 10-footer, so normally a 10-foot vessel would be a little tippy. This thing's really stable. You can watch videos on them and watch people try to tip these things. It's pretty hard. It'll hold 400 pounds, so that's quite a bit of me and gear. I'm 200 pounds, so that's another 200 pounds worth of gear. A person could use this for, please focus. There we go. Person could use this for like camping trips, and it's 56 pounds, so very, very light. I can one-hand it onto the top of any vehicle, no big deal. Jeff, I do plan on using this for duck hunting. Obviously, probably not this year, but in the coming years. And they had like a tan model, and then this is called a titanium silver or something like that. And I really actually like the color of this one better. But it's very, like I said, it's very comfortable. Of course, the footrests here, totally adjustable. And then the, maybe it came with 3 bags. 1, 2, 3. Must have came with 3 bags. And then the seat, of course, is adjustable forward and backwards. 2 rod holders and plenty of storage. And I don't have to worry about the wind coming and pushing waves over the sides. The only gripe I have about it is when they put in the hardware, they use a rubber like washer gasket, and when I was trying to see how tippy it was, this one here leaks right from the bat. So I have a bunch of O-rings. I'm going to take that off. It's pretty simple. It's just a lock nut, and I'm going to zip it off and put a new thing on there. To me, that's not a big deal, right? It's whatever. They probably sat out in the sun all summer long, and the seals there and the little rubber things are getting dry, or it's just not tight enough. But I'm just gonna switch it out. So yeah, let's check out these bags. Oh, okay. You guys know, or if you don't know, I'm getting rid of the truck. This week I went to the bank on Monday and got it all squared away. Essentially what they did is they wrote me a $5,000 loan. That's going to be the equivalent to $130 a month. And with that, it's going to eat at my principal to drop that down. Now they ran the numbers, and trade-in value on this truck is $16,500, which is much more than what I thought. Private party, or what it's actually worth, is about $20,500. So with that being said, I'm going to try to get as much out of it as I can. Right now I am sitting right below 19 grand, and then minus that 5,000, so that brings it down to 14 grand, and then whatever extra I make off of that I'll just put back into that loan. So I should only be upside down a tiny bit on it, if at all, because we got to remember I have aftermarket extended warranties on it. So once I get my money back for all those extended warranties, for the rust, for the drivetrain, and gap coverage, which I'm actually not sure if I'll get anything back on the gap coverage, but the other ones I should. Maybe I can get an extra $1,000 out of it, so I might not be too far off on my numbers, and I'll be getting rid of that, which saves me, like I said in the other one, $700 a month. So what do we got to tow it, right? We have the SUV, we have the car. Well, I outfitted the car for this bad boy. So essentially, I just took what was a bed liner. Hi, Michelle. This was the bed liner in my truck, which is just a piece of the new flooring we put in the house. And I cut it, and I put it in here, right? Keep the scratches down. Like I don't really care on a $500 car, but it is the thought that counts. And then you can buy these for like $20, but it's just a piece of rope with a knot and a washer, and it keeps it from sliding out. I actually want to put a bigger washer on there, but you can adjust them on the inside, right? So I got one on the front, and then the same going here in the back. Wow, low light, sorry guys. Hi Tim. So that's how I outfitted the car, and my whole idea is I want to get this thing in or out of the water in under 10 minutes, which was quite a feat with the dang canoe. So with this one, I went and picked up some new easy straps, right? These ones are real easy. And then I got 4 points, so it can't move left to right on the road, and it shouldn't be able to move front and back, although I am working on that because I feel like it still could. And then I got an extra 2 of those, so I got 6 of them total. And the extra one, if I need it, will wrap around it through the cabin, but I'm trying not to be quite that cautious. I might end up getting a rack, since a rack for these, I think you can get them where they kind of like sit on here. I'll have to look at them though, because this thing, you know, nowadays they have the frame and they sit within the frame. This thing is not like that. This thing does not have any sort of a frame, so not quite sure if it'll work. But we went to the river today, to try this thing out, and it was I had a lot of fun in it. So that's what it is. I gotta run to Walmart and get some worms. I'm doing a complete series on Jones Act survival about this. It'll be called something along the lines of budget fishing. I got a hiccup. A budget fishing setup, right? So I'm trying to say, hey, maybe you are a young kid that just got their license, or any walk of life. You could be an older, retired person, and you're looking to get out, but you don't want to take care of a boat. You don't want to deal with it's just, let's say it's just you, or maybe you and your friend or partner or whoever, and you're just looking to get out, and what do you do? This is a really good option. This is probably a more expensive vessel than a person would really have to get, but if you're going to spend $500, why not spend an extra $150 and get yourself something that you can now use if you want to do a camping trip and do some portaging, or just a little more versatility. You can now go hunting out of it as well, because I was going to hunt out of my 10-foot sit inside kayak, and that thing was just too tippy. I did not trust it. So yeah, this thing is really, really stable. Surprisingly stable. What else? Oh yeah, so that's what the series is all about. We got our fishing vessel, and like I said, 10 minutes or less. So you got to know what you're gonna fish for. Like my tackle box has, probably actually a lot of you have the same type of setup. It has the plastic containers in it, like the Plano brands. I have it set up so that pretty light. I think I have one ice fishing, one summer fishing, and one like spare stuff. So I want to be able to just throw in one of those containers of tackle. I got 2 rods, my bait caster and my open face, maybe a cooler, and I'm gone. Oh, of course, you got your paddle and your life vest too, but real quick, throw it in the water, throw your gear on it, and get out, because no one wants to sit there. We went fishing on Sunday, and we were just fishing from the boat landing, and there's this family that comes in there. They're on a pontoon, and we got off of the dock to let them do their thing, and I swear we sat by the car for about a half hour before we're finally like, all right, let's go. We're going to the next lake because we can't sit here forever. And it's just because it's an unorganized chaos. You got 5 kids and grandpa and grandma and yourself, and you're trying to figure out, let's get the gear off. There's no rhyme or reason or plan. So don't be that person. Get yourself something quick and easy and get out there. Plus, this is nice. It's quiet. I really like this kind of a setup over like a boat motor and stuff, because yeah. MTL Outdoors said, "Do you think you could throw a trolling motor on here?" Guarantee you could throw one on. Trolling motor doesn't have a ton of torque, and these tops, it's pretty rigid. All you'd need for a trolling motor would probably be, I'm trying to think where you'd put it. You could either mount it here, just drill a hole in the top, or back here. And for mine, I had a 2x4 that went across flat, and then one that was on edge. Screwed it in, put my trolling motor there. You can throw your battery back here. And I know where it's sitting over here, that Minn Kota, I think that's a 55 pound. Pretty sure it's a 55 pound thrust. And that would push my 17.5 foot canoe about 3 miles an hour, which is pretty fast, believe it or not. But yeah, Andrew, you're right. If you do put a trolling motor on it, you have to register it. And that's another reason why this 10-footer is awesome. You lose a lot of stability on a 10-foot like kayak or canoe compared to like, a 12-foot or a 15.5, 17.5, You lose a lot of stability, but this thing is a 10-foot stable boat that I don't have to register ever. And it's not like registering is super expensive. It's like $20, $30, at least where I live. It's just the fact you got to then put the sticker on here, and then in 3 years do it again, and so it's just something you always have to think about. And That's the goal with this, is throw it on top and forget about it. And when you're done with it, I mean, this thing is light. Flip you guys around here and set you up real quick. Trying to find a spot where you guys can hang out for just a moment while I pick this thing up. Oh, some serious balance work. Alright. But this thing is seriously light. What I did today, I hope you guys don't fall over. What I did today was I just picked it up like this. And I set it on my shoulder. And then I just walked with it all the way down and up the boat ramp. So, it's really nice. Yeah, it's 56 pounds. And it's plastic, right? And they said their main thing with this plastic is, oh, it flexes so much. Well, the bottom does have some flex to it, but if you've ever been in a fiberglass canoe, it's the same exact way. And if this cracks, you can fix that. And if it really cracks, well, go buy yourself a new one. It's not like it costed you $4,000 or $5,000. It's, you know, $650 is a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not. So, yeah, like I said, keep your eyes open on Joe and Zach, because once I go fishing tomorrow, I'm going to be putting that video together, because I think it'd be a really good series to get people kind of excited. Like, oh, you know, I want to go fishing, but I only have like a little car. Hey, I do too. This is how we're going to do it. Or this is how you can do it. You know, do it all for cheap. Anyways, I'm going to run to the store. I'm going to get some worms. But thanks for watching, guys. And like I said, keep your eyes open, because there's going to be more videos to come. Talk to you later.